Welcome back to art class. I am Miss Owens, an EKU clinical student working with Miss Robin New this semester. And today we will be learning about a few new elements of art and principles of design by looking at work by Becky Brown. You will learn that Becky Brown is a Berea native who is also a metalsmith and jewelry maker. By looking at her work, we're going to be understanding better the terms color and balance. I wanted to let you all know that you will be designing a piece of jewelry today. You'll be making earrings or a pendant necklace, considering color and balance, which we'll explain in the presentation. But more than just submitting your projects for a grade, there will be a competition. And so there will be a winner and a winning design selected from all the submitted work. And Becky Brown has agreed to create those earrings from your design in real life. All right, beautiful people, we're getting ready to begin our presentation. This is Miss Becky Brown. She is, like I said, a metalsmith and a jewelry maker who has just recently opened a shop and studio in Berea. This is an example of color in her work. You can see the vibrant red and the green, which you may not be accustomed to seeing in jewelry or metalwork. This color is created through the use of enamel, which Miss Becky Brown will describe more in her interview video. Here is another angle of a piece that she's used to enamel, and you can see how the bright red contrasts the green and the copper-colored wire. This is another necklace by Miss Brown pulled from her website. It shows balance. I have some working definitions for balance, but I wanted to point out that there are two types of balance, symmetrical and asymmetrical. Symmetrical balance means that it's the same on one side as it is the other. So if you look at each of these individual leaves, you will see that you could cut them down the middle and that it will be the exact same on either side. But more than that, if you were to compare the left side of the necklace to the right, you would see that there are an even number of leaves on the left and the right, separating the one in the middle, that they are all green at the top and lighter green at the bottom. You would see that the necklace has the same shape on both sides, and that's what contributes to it being balanced. An asymmetrical piece would be like two earrings where one is long while the other is short. Here are more of Miss Becky Brown's enameled dishes. These dishes show other examples of her use of color, which is excellent. Blue and orange are opposite colors, and so when put next to each other, they make each other appear brighter. You can see Miss Becky Brown's strategic use of those colors in this enameled dish. She explores color further with her necklaces. You can see the transition of color from the bottom to the top, how there's many layers in the colors that she chooses. These are examples of pendant necklaces. So if you were to create a necklace for your design, you would draw one shape and you would consider what colors you would use in that design. This begins our discussion on Miss Becky Brown's earrings. She has created many earrings, and a lot of the work on her website is the earring. You can see here how each pair has a different base shape. This pair is like a flower. This pair is an oval, and that pair is more rectangular. You can also see that they aren't simply flat pieces, but that here the center of the flower has been curved up, as has these rectangles. They've been curved. So as you consider not only what colors you want your necklace, pendant, or earrings to be, do you want them to be copper? Do you want them to be enameled a certain color? Also consider their shape, which could be the flower, the oval, the rectangle, and their form, which can be rounded, curved, or flat. Here are more examples of her earrings, just to give you all some ideas. This has some negative space in the middle, so she has cut out the leaf pattern from the middle. Here she has shaped the metal into a neat form where it's higher and then dips back and comes back up. This pair is flat, and as is this pair, but I wanted to show you some examples with different colors and with words. So, for the Becky Brown Jewelry Design Competition, how is it going to work? what you're going to do is you are going to draw your earring or necklace design on a piece of paper. I would choose a clean piece of white paper so your design would pop best, but really it's up to you. You would submit that design to Miss New via Google Classroom. From there, Miss New and I will select the top 20 designs. After we make that selection, Miss Becky Brown will choose the winner. She will create the winning design from copper and enamel. And the best part of it all is that the winner will receive the finished piece, and their design will be featured next to the work on social media. So not only are you going to get your design made in real life and get to keep it, but your work is going to be shared on multiple platforms to artist communities. So, your design parameters. If it's a necklace design, it will include one pendant, whereas an earring design will have 2 different pieces. Consider the shape. Think back at Miss Becky Brown's references. Would you want your earring to be an oval, a rectangle, a leaf? Would it be the shape of Kentucky, the shape of a horse? Would it be something even more specific to you? Would it be the shape of a person? What is the shape of your pendant going to be? Consider the color. As one of our vocabulary terms this week, color is very important in Becky Brown's work. If it's enamel, it can be any color, or you can leave it copper, which is that reddish brown that was on the floral earring. Consider the form. Would your earring or pendant be flat? Would you have a wave to it? Would it be rounded? And finally, consider balance. Are your earrings the same on both sides? Is one different than the other? Your final design should include color, the color that you want Miss Becky Brown to use, your name, and your class period. So here's an example that I created. It will be named after me, just like yours will be named after you, and created by Becky Brown. In my example, the shape is this rounded palette and a stick-like paintbrush. My colors are bright. I used yellow, blue, orange, and pink. My form, the palette is going to be rounded up. So it wouldn't be flat, it would be rounded. And the paintbrush would be rounded also, almost like a coil. And then as far as balance is concerned, these are asymmetrical. They're not the exact same on both sides, they're different. So as you're creating your design, feel free to reference this rubric. This rubric shows what is below, what meets, and what exceeds our expectations. You will be expected to understand the vocabulary, color, and balance. You'll show us that in your creation of a jewelry design. You will put in decent effort and craftsmanship, which means that your design will be clean, it won't be ripped or smudged, that it will be colored, that you will be careful. If you don't have access to colored pencils, please let Miss New and I know and we can get those prepared for you. And finally, creativity. I know that Miss Becky Brown has beautiful work, but I don't want to see you all copying straight from something on her website or from this presentation. I want to see you combining pre-existing ideas and themes with new ideas and images in your mind.